So, have you seen our infomercial? No. What's it for? It's classic soft rock on 10 CDs. That's so awesome, I can't watch the road.
Spazzing out, qualify as a dance. Feeling like I wanna throw up. What the effing crap, that angel guy just felt me up. The set is a mess, you broke everything in sight. You spent half of our budget on candles and flashlights, and your makeup took hours to put on.
Well, so did your lips. Yeah.
A literal music video is a satirical remix of an official music video in which the lyrics have been replaced with lyrics that describe the visuals in the video. When I was a kid, my dad and I happened to trip over some of these online, and have been laughing hysterically over them ever since. And for years I wanted to find out who was behind them because they were just so brilliant. So, AnaLynne and I, that's us, recently got the chance to speak with David A. Scott Jr. and ask him all about those videos, that era in time, and all of his other creative endeavors. Now, the interview. Hi, it's Sandy, and I'm AnaLynne, and here we are with David A. Scott Jr. Is it okay if I refer to you by all of your names there? Is that alright?
Yeah, I'm the one that put them all there, you know.
No, it's grand, it's majestic. David A.
Thank
Scott
you.
Jr. How are you today?
I am doing okay. It's a thankfully slow day over here going into the weekend.
And
And I
we're about
appreciate
to
that.
spice things up. It's about to get crazy in here.
That's all right. That's all right.
So, I mean, I'm just, like I was saying to you before, I'm just so excited about this. So, to the potential viewers out there, if you don't know this man's work, you need to do some serious research, because the literal videos that David A. Scott Jr. has made has just greatly impacted my life and most of my everyday vocabulary. So that's to everyone out there. Man, so many clever lines in what you've come up with, but I want to talk about like where it all started, because you seem like a pretty artistic dude. Between, I've seen that you do some acting, obviously you do singing and writing, and there's lots of comedy involved. So when did you really kind of fall in love with creating and the arts?
I think I've just always been into drawing and writing, and then eventually that kind of got me into listening to a lot of music and got me into musical theater. And I've just I wasn't really brave enough to do a whole lot of theater until I got into high school, and ever since then I've been fairly nonstop. And I've done about 200 different shows within the last 30 years.
Wow, so you're a musical theater guy. It makes sense. It does. It makes sense. So
Yeah,
do
I've
you
done
have
musicals, dinner theater, just all kinds of theater, improv, things like that.
improv? Well, it makes sense. It does. I'm putting all the pieces together here.
Yeah.
Do you have any large musical or theatrical influences?
As far as musical bands, the Beatles were a huge one. Before that, the Monkees were a huge one. They were rerunning them on Nickelodeon back when I was in my early teens. We're talking like the late 80s. And I'd watch it all the time. Their first reunion tour my mom went to, and that's how I ended up getting into them. So I ended up getting all their albums on cassette, and my parents had some old records left over. So eventually I got everything, and then years later they'd come out on CD, and I'd get them all over again. And I've just been, and I have seen them live twice now. So I have seen them Mickey, Peter, and Davy, and then Mickey, Peter, and Mike. So and I have all kinds of memorabilia and books, especially the music, and I even have the various autographs. So my sister knew someone who was involved with one of the tours, so I had an autograph of three of them, and then I bought a Michael Nesmith one years later, and
Wow. Oh
so
my
very, very
gosh.
cool.
Yeah, no kidding. Who's your favorite monkey? You have a favorite?
Hmm. I think it changes on by the day, but I think in general, I'm going to say Mike.
Really? Wow. I love that choice. Are you a fan of any of have you gotten into First National Band territory, his solo stuff?
Absolutely. By the time I was graduated from college, Well, actually, when I was looking for colleges to go to, I went to do an open house at SUNY New Paltz. I ended up going to Fredonia, but I went to an open house in New Paltz, and they had The Prison by Michael Nesmith. And that was the first solo album that I ever bought, ever listened to. And, this was the book with the soundtrack thing. So it
Yeah.
was definitely a very unique experience, and the music was very good. And then eventually I got into the First National Band, and now I have all of his solo works.
That's so awesome. Oh my god, you're like a real true fan. Check you out. I wasn't expecting to hear about the monkeys when I was doing this, but it's so exciting.
Yeah, no, I definitely I've shown great interest in their work, and the reissues that have come out since the 1990s all the way to just last year with the last box set. Um, they've been great. Andrew Sandoval,
Yeah.
I've met him, and he's done
Yeah.
great work on all of those.
Yeah,
So there's
right.
always new Monkees material coming out, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's just like the best. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is like so
Well, I mean, it makes sense because the Monkees were not only a big influence on me music-wise, but also the theatricality and the comedic, timing of all of them, and Mike was a very good comedian kind of actor, you know.
Yeah. It's very
And
subtle, but it's so good. You would know about the comedy. I mean, it's kind of what you do. So I mean, that does bring me to I mean, is it intentional or are you just a naturally funny dude? Like, did you work toward it? Like the structuring of jokes and
oh,
learning comedy?
a lot of practice. I like amusing people. I like entertaining people, and I think there's a value in that. And I think it opens doors as far as just people meeting you and getting to know you. So I got on that train, pretty early in life. And I'd say when I was in school, it didn't work out so well. And I don't know if it was because I wasn't funny yet or because people didn't want me to be funny. But eventually, I started writing things of my own, and people ended up liking them and laughing at them. So it worked out, but it
Interesting.
took a while.
So you weren't like a class clown because I mean, I feel like you could have that vibe.
I I think I tried for the class clown thing, but I think it just I think the jokes I had were a little above everyone's head, so I think they kind of fell
Right.
flat more often than not.
Oh, they don't want the intelligent humor. What? Darn
Yeah, yeah.
kids.
And again, my humor was just it was a work in progress. I stayed up late and watched a lot of perhaps a lot of edgy stuff too that has since aged like milk. I was watching a lot of I was watching SNL, but I was watching a lot of In Living Color and a lot of stand-up comedians, and the 90s were not things were like a little too edgy at the time, and I just tried to carry that over, and it didn't quite slide with people as well. So then I just
Edgy
kind of had to hone
comedy.
my craft a little.
No,
And
that's so awesome. I'm like so curious about this. Like, how do you practice writing? Is it just like trial and error? You just try it in front of an audience. Nope, that one fell flat, and then just revise, or like,
it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of daydreaming. I'll give it that. I wrote a dinner theater last year called Sherlock Holmes and the Bad Case of Wine, and uh,
oh,
and I wrote it, but I basically spent like 1 or 2 months going over the characters and situations in my head before I even sat down to type
wow.
anything out because I had to see the show in my head first before I could feasibly write it down. And that's not how I do everything. Sometimes if I'm on a deadline, I'll go by the seat of my pants and see what I come up with and fix it later. But some of my best stuff is just it's all in here for like weeks and months on end. It's I
Wow.
it's interesting to try to get to sleep when you're doing that, but
I understand that feeling. Not, I'm new to the comedy stuff, so I'm just learning about it here, but writing songs, I relate to that. It's very hard to turn off the creative part of the mind, I think. It just kind of has a mind of its own. It's a scary thing. The creative part of the mind has a mind of its own. That's interesting.
There you go. That's a lyric.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, AnaLynne's turn, really. So, tell me, David A. Scott Jr., when did you create your first literal video?
Okay. At this point, we fast forward to 2008.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Dustin McLean, who was at the time working for, I believe, Current TV, he was doing some shows on there, and he decided he wanted to do a parody of Take On Me by Aha. And what he did was he was like, well, I'm going to sing the song, but I'm going to sing more about what's going on in the video than what's in the actual lyrics. So he does that. It's a huge hit. He makes two more. He does Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels, and oh God, and at least one other that I can't remember at the moment. But those three were just huge. And then there was maybe one or two other people that were doing literal videos as well. I remember there was a really funny Rick Astley one that had come out. So I
I
don't know if
haven't
that one's
seen
still
that.
online. I have it saved somewhere, but those were I found those hilarious. And this was in October of 2008. So it gets up to the I would say February of 2009. I decide, okay, I've enough time has passed, and then I was very cynical. I thought that memes only lasted for like a few months at a time, and then it was over. Um, and I've since been proven wrong, of course, 6'7". But
Wow, that was scary. That was
yeah,
honestly.
no, shout out to 6'7" for saving the world from Hawk
Oh my god, that's so true.
That's you've gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah, no,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I thought, okay, enough time has passed. No one's gonna think I'm ripping off Dustin's work. So I'm just gonna make a few for myself and my friends, involving my favorite bands. And so I did one for the Beatles' Penny Lane. And my friends liked them, and I got about like 100 or so views. And so I'm just like, okay, I'll keep going. I have a friend who likes Journey. I'll do Separate Ways, even though I cannot sing like like Journey.
Steve Perry.
I cannot sing like Steve Perry, so it was mostly head voice, but I got through it. And then I did Crowded House. I did one for Crowded House. Which one was that one? World Where You Live. That's the one where he's looking at a book of maps and he's floating. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna do one more, and that was Meatloaf's "Anything for Love."
Oh my
Kind of
gosh.
finish with a bang. Do a this big 6 minute one that's a duet with me and my friend Fee, and that was really well received. And I thought that would be my last one that I would do. I'm like, okay, my creativity is spent. And then I go
No.
on to some websites, that are talking about the literal videos, because at this point, it's like, oh, there are people outside of my realm that are speaking of these things, not just Dustin's work, which I would expect, but, my stuff. And there was this person on a message board, and to this, I never like their name is lost to time, unfortunately. But I read in their thing, they're like, you know what? They should do a literal video of Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh my god. Thank you to
It's
whoever that is. Let's hope this gets back to them.
so yeah, I was just kind of in that mood where it's like, okay, I can do one more. I was trying to cheer myself up. My mother had passed recently, so I'm like,
Oh.
okay, let's let's do something fun. So I brought feedback into the fold. She did the vocals, and
Oh, it is the same girl. Okay, I wasn't sure, but it sounded
yes,
like her.
I think I've used her for three videos. The third one being "Love Is a Battlefield." Uh,
Okay, all right. I
so
need I need to see more of these. It's hard to tell. I was doing my research on you cuz in a non-creepy way. And it drives me crazy how unavailable these brilliant works of arts are.
that's a story in and of itself. Yeah.
Oh, oh no.
Well, yeah, so we did Total Eclipse of the Heart, and then next thing I know, I think I did that in May, and then as the month draws on, suddenly Ashton Kutcher he shares the link to it on his Twitter. This is at this time Ashton Kutcher was the most popular person on Twitter, the most
Wow.
followed person. So so that was part of the traffic, and then Entertainment Weekly posted a link to it. Their website posted a link, and then Perez Hilton, gossip columnist who was big at the time, he posted the link to it. And from between those three, then my views skyrocketed. And next thing you know, I'm past the million mark.
Oh my gosh.
And then and then what is it? Then in June, it became this like immensely popular video. And YouTube used to be the way where it would show you like how popular your video was. And it was one of the most popular videos at the time that wasn't a Shane Dawson video. Like, if you get the list, a top 20 or so, like, maybe 10 or 12 of those are Shane Dawson, and then I'm in there somewhere.
Oh my god.
And of course, I
It's
think my
fair.
videos have aged much better than his. So,
I agree. 100%. So,
yeah.
so
And,
I
and I,
assume you did not expect it to blow up like that.
no, I thought the meme was over and I was just impressing my friends. And I guess the meme had not completely reached its full potential yet. So, so I guess I was like, oh, wow, everybody's watching this now. In fact, interesting trivia. My video was on the way to become the most popular YouTube video of June 2009.
Wow.
It was getting closer to the end of the month and it was going to be like the number one video of June 2009. But guess what happened in late June of 2009?
Something
Michael
not good.
Jackson died.
Oh no, no.
Right at the end of June. So then everybody was going to YouTube to either make Michael videos or watch Michael Jackson videos.
Oh, that's so
So
sad.
so
Oh,
that's always an interesting bit of trivia there. But the video still had momentum because people would still like 20 I'm trying to think like ABC Nightline or whatnot. They all these different shows, E News, things like that. We're always showing clips of it, and being like, "Hey, here's a thing that came out." And so for at least the next year or so, I think G4 Attack of the Show may have mentioned it. Um, but yeah, it got quite big and it inspired me to make some more. I did Pat Benatar, Bare Naked Ladies. I even did a Michael Jackson one eventually. I did
oh my
Billie
gosh.
Jean.
Oh
So
my
and
gosh.
then I started getting some trouble over like, okay, I did get copyright struck where it took down the video. And then after enough people had mentioned it or wrote in, I even was on the local news about it. They reinstated it. And of course,
Wow.
they then later took it back off, which was funny because when they took it back off, by then Tony Hawk had already plugged it on his YouTube channel. There were just a lot of people at the time that were plugging it on Twitter. Simon Pegg, uh, Dita Von
Wow.
Teese, Tony Hawk, you
That's crazy
yeah,
stuff to
Robot
I
Chicken.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I'm just like it's still up in certain places. So I'm like I
yes.
have questions about that. Like why? How?
I
What?
think there are just some people in certain countries or whose channels are under the radar enough
Oh.
that they don't get taken down. And I appreciate it because my original YouTube channel, which had all of the literal videos, got three copyright strikes in
Oh.
2014. And this is around the time that Universal had bought out EMI and had, had a stake in YouTube. So all of these literal videos that people were making suddenly started disappearing.
Ah.
And I
It's
had a lot backed up on the Funny or Die website. But since then, Funny or Die, I think it's still around, but all of their video links go to YouTube.
oh.
So if there's any literal videos that were on there, it's not there anymore. So so
Man.
it's just luck of the draw as far as which ones still exist on YouTube, or some people have reposted it on Daily Motion. E-Bombs World even had my video at one point and was getting a lot of views. Like
It,
MSN linked to Microsoft Network linked to the E-Bombs page for it. So, you know,
wow, that is so insane. It's just, you know what? It is just so brilliantly done. It will never die. It can't, I was just looking at
thank
it
you.
recently, just rewatching because it's hilarious. And there are comments even to like this day of people who are like, who's watching this in 2026? It can't die. It's too funny. So whoop, shaking the whole
That's all
world.
right.
So I need to ask you about the making of it because it's just one of my favorite videos out there. I'd absolutely love to hear the process, especially of the lyrics, because they're just brilliant. Come on, you know it.
It's just going shot through shot and just you're trying to describe what's going on in the shot, but you're also trying to match the rhythm of the song. You want
Right.
it to kind of evoke the original feel that the original words had and that the rhythm of those lyrics had. So you still have to kind of make them rhyme at points, or if you don't, it's got to be really funny. Um, but yeah, it's so that was my big challenge there. Thankfully, I had 5 videos I had already used for practice, so yeah, that was probably like a 1 day process, you know.
Really? It's so well done. You must be proud of it. Like, come on,
Thank
it's
you.
just so brilliant. Do
I
you
am
have a
very pleased with it because the after the yeah, no, I think the muses were all together with me, and it was, I really wanted to make something, super funny because again, this was another Jim Steinman song like the Meatloaf one, and I just really wanted to really, and I guess what the thing that really helped me out was people still listen to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
right?
People still remember that song. People still remember that video. Or
How
the
could
ones
you
that
forget?
don't remember the video remember the song, and then are surprised to see the video. They're like, "What is this? This is crazy." And I'm just, and also around that time, Bonnie Tyler was doing a version of that song with a men's choir. I think it was Only Men Allowed,
Really?
ALOUD, and that became a hit. And then around that same time, there was a karaoke video game where that was like the number one downloaded karaoke track for that game.
How
So
interesting.
so it was just all these elements coming together. So it was not just me, it was Bonnie Tyler, it was,
Thank you to
Entertainment
Bonnie Tyler.
Weekly. Yeah. So it was just a perfect storm. And after I wrote it, I was working at a TV station at the time, so I had
Oh,
access to the editing equipment and recording equipment. So
how perfect.
and uh and the thing about doing these videos back then, back in the 2000s, like right now there's technology where if you can just remove the vocals from a song. You can't so easily do that in like 2009, 2010.
Right. Oh
That
my god.
technology is not there yet. So what I had to do is in the case of Total Eclipse, I had to find a karaoke track. I
Oh,
had
okay.
to I had to stretch, I had to make sure that it fit along with the timing of the version that goes with the video. And then
Oh,
whenever I wanted to change the background vocals, because there are background vocals on that karaoke track,
right.
I had to go out of phase where I just kind of, would take it so that everything left and right would come up front and everything in the middle might go, or vice versa. So I had to do a lot of trickery in Adobe Audition
Yeah.
for that so that I could bury those background vocals just enough so that my background vocals would come in and say the different thing. And every video had its own challenge. Some songs like Daydream Believer, there was a released instrumental mix.
Oh,
Um, but something like when I did Bare Naked Ladies 1 week, um, there was eventually a video game, the Rock Band games,
right.
the Guitar Hero games. People were eventually be able to go into the video game and separate all the little tracks,
Oh, really?
because to play the game, if you screw up on the guitar, for instance, then that guitar note has to disappear.
Oh.
So they had to make it so that the vocal and all these different instruments were on different tracks So if you went onto the video game, if you could hack the video game, you would have your own multi-track of the song. And
Wow.
and since then they've been able to do that for 1 week and for Total Eclipse. But at the time, the only way I could get a genuine instrumental for 1 week that matched up with the music video was I had to buy the Bare Naked Ladies music video DVD, which I already had because I'm a fan. And they have this special thing called like they have this special karaoke program on it that you could put into your DVD-ROM and install it. And what it does is it allows you to record your own vocals piece by piece.
Really?
So rather than let you sing it the whole way through karaoke wise, it records you like one line at a time, playing the backing track while you sing. And then eventually, I think it will give you, it'll play back your entire vocal along with the backing track.
Oh, wow.
So, what I had to do was I had to go into that program and manually record each little instrumental section that they would play for each line and not sing over it but
Oh
let
my
it play, and then I had to take all those little bits and edit
and
them
compile
together,
them. Oh my gosh.
and then bring in bits from the released version so that I would have the solo and the opening and the closing, and then I could record.
That is wild. I don't think very many people would actually go to all of that effort. I'm so glad you did, though. That's just insane.
It's amazing that I did that now, now that I'm not doing that so much, that I could have easily, if this meme had started in, 2020, I could easily just take the vocals out of anything and put it up. But, then again, YouTube's copyright laws just kind of come into
Ugh,
place, and, but it was fun while it lasted, and people still repost the videos, and I put a
thank
few up on
goodness.
Daily Motion. So
Alright, I'm gonna have to go look on Daily Motion now. Oh my gosh. Um, I have to ask about. So I have, my three favorites from you, and I know more, but my three favorites are Total Eclipse of the Heart, Anything for Love, and Making Love Out of Nothing at All. I
the
think
Jim
those
Steinman trilogy.
exactly. Well, I'm a big Steinman fan, but it was those are hilarious. Do you have favorite lines from any of them?
I like how I can suddenly in the Making Love Out of Nothing at All. I liked Magic Photo Frame becoming a running gag.
I love that shit. It's hilarious. Oh, it's brilliant.
I think I was on fire during the little spoken bits where I was like, stupid, stupid, non-magic photo. Ah! The little
Oh my
noise that
god.
came out of me. It was, but I also like the part where I could actually sing. I think there was a road sign that I sing, speed
Yes.
check by radar.
Yes. Oh, it's so well done. What was I was just thinking about it before. Is that a time portal or is that just where they put the TV? That I brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh man, so many
80s
different
videos
lines.
did not care. They just went all over the place.
No, you know what? It's just they make zero sense. Like honestly, I mean, you know what? That one kind of makes a little bit more sense. But I think about Total Eclipse of the Heart, and it's like, what are we doing? You have a favorite line from that one?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Glee Club of the Damned was a very
Brilliant.
popular one. I had t-shirts made for a while. Um,
No way.
there was this site called Printfection, and they would, let you submit, they would let you have your own page and let you submit some artwork. So I did some artwork like horse montage, random cop, for the Penny Lane one. And then I did the Glee Club of the Damned design. You'll see
That's
right here.
awesome.
I did these
Oh my
little,
gosh.
and up above them it says Glee Club of the Damned. I still have my sweater for that. And
That's so cool.
I also did one for Slow Mo Dove,
Oh.
also for Total Eclipse. And the other Total Eclipse one I had was that angel guy just felt me up.
I knew that was gonna be it too, because that's my favorite one.
And what I did was with that one, I had like there was a shirt that was popular at the time called Jesus is my homeboy.
Oh, okay.
And it was just this picture of Jesus, with his hands out, and then across his chest it would say Jesus is my homeboy. So I recreated that, but with the glowing eye angel and the hands, and just put that angel guy just felt me up.
That's
So,
awesome. Oh my god. Oh, there's so many,
you know,
so many funny lines. And I have to admit, we're still talking about the Jim Steinman trilogy here. I think my favorite line from I Would Do Anything for Love is put your head in my cleave. Is that what it was?
I like the part where you've got real nice, and then he just sings the next line right
Yeah,
away.
it's so good. It's just so good. It's just by not saying it, that's what made it so brilliant. It's just so good. Um,
That's a good one. A little extra tidbit there. The intro voice that I have, Chopper Steve,
oh
where
yeah.
he's like, there's motorcycles and blah blah blah. And it's, you know, uh, that was based off of a guy I worked with in TV for a couple of years. Steve Christie was a local weatherman with WENY News Channel 36. And he had this voice that was kind of like this. If you see there's a cloud front over here, it's going to be sweeping in, but it's going to get warmer as it goes on. And now back to you, and that was his thing. And so kind of as a tribute to him, I think, because I think he might have passed. This was several years after, so I think he might have retired or passed away by this point. But I just did like Chopper Steve as a just a secret
A
tribute
tribute.
to Steve Christie.
So have any of these bands seen them?
Yes.
Really?
Bonnie Tyler actually has gone on record saying that she saw the one with the little words on the screen. Now
Oh,
keep
that's
in mind,
awesome.
she has said that she prefers the Lego version, which I completely understand because she was directly involved with that one. That was the Only Men Allowed cover. They put out a Lego version of Total Eclipse of the Heart to go with that performance.
I didn't
And
know that.
so if you get the chance, check that one out too. That one's still got to be out there somewhere. But she definitely enjoyed that one, and
Good.
I believe a Crowded House has seen the Crowded House one. I know that I think their press agent had said something about it in an email to the message board, and he was like, "Yeah, Nick Seymour from the band, he liked it especially. It was
Oh my
so."
gosh. That's gotta
And
be like
Dustin has had
incredible.
his own thing too, where Aha has also seen his,
Oh
so.
really? No
And
way.
David Hasselhoff, that was a big one. He
Really?
he, he actually linked to my David Hasselhoff Hooked on a Feeling one from his own website at the time.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That must
Yeah.
have been insane. Come on.
Oh, he loved it, and his press person messaged me over YouTube saying, yeah, he really appreciated it. He appreciated that you didn't go nasty with it. And and at one point, I think before my channel got taken down, they had messaged me about using it for a talk show that David Hasselhoff was hosting. I don't know if it was an American talk show, but they asked about it, and before I could get back to them, my channel was shut down.
Oh no. Oh,
Extra
that's
irony,
so
there were at
painful.
least a couple school textbooks that were also referring to those videos. You know,
Wait, what?
oh yeah, there were some textbooks that were being taught in school that were about the advent of digital technology and how it's been affecting media, and there is a whole chapter uh, on literal videos, literal music videos. So
That's
there's
crazy.
and it has like still frames of some of my videos and some of Dustin's, and then
I
it
missed
directly quotes
out.
some of the interviews. Yeah. Oh, those the late 2000s going into the early 2010s were quite interesting.
And I missed it.
Well, not
That's so sad.
completely. There are people on YouTube that have kind of kept the home fires burning. So
I'm glad. Thank goodness. Thank goodness there are pieces of it still out there. I just can't believe they're in textbooks. Like, do you realize you were shaping education?
Yeah, that is pretty scary.
No, it's
Now the
great.
high schoolers think I'm funny.
Better. They should. They
They
should.
didn't when I went to high school. I guess, that's again, over the head before my time, or maybe I just needed more practice. But
I don't know. I'm dying to know what I missed from when you were in high school.
I
They
I need
probably
to,
just didn't appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. But I think some of my best work was from more recently as far as the 2000s went, and I do need to start putting those videos on archive.org. Um,
Yeah,
I think that's a safe
absolutely.
place that I could put them. I put an entire student film I did like 10 years before I did the literal videos. I did some student films and I put one of them on archive.org if you're ever curious. I did one called Retro Man.
Oh, fun.
And that's one where I'm basically this 70s action cop guy and I'm going after like these bootleggers and these crazy like this whole underground ring. And it's me with some of my classmates and some of my friends from home. And it basically, if you've ever seen The Office, think about Threat Level Midnight, the movie that Michael Scott made about him being a secret agent. Now imagine that happening in real life 10, 20 years earlier. It was kind of along those same things. So
Wow, epic. Well, I'm gonna have to look into it and check it out. Why isn't there should be like you should have like a Wikipedia page. Like, don't you think? Like, wouldn't that those things could be available as like research, don't you think? Like, I don't
some
know.
someday, I am mentioned on a Wikipedia page for literal videos.
Really? Oh my God. That's don't you feel like you've just like made it? Like
I keep forgetting, but I guess in a way, yeah, I guess I became, it was
part of
Dustin's meme.
history.
Yeah, it was Dustin's meme, but I just, without intending to step on any toes, I just became part of that meme and that culture. And next thing you know, everybody was doing literal videos of this and that, which was tough for Dustin and I because, we'd want to be, oh, like, I should do the safety dance. Oh, someone's already done it. That kind of
That was
thing.
a funny one. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you would have done with that though. Oh my gosh.
Or that was around the time that I decided to do Love is a Battlefield instead and one
Oh
week.
really?
So,
Wow, fun. That's so cool. You know what? There's so many options with 80s videos. Like, I mean, not just 80s, but like those are just so weird. It's like that they're just made to be literal videos, I think.
yeah, I'm glad that whole thing happened, before the whole copyright strike thing happened, the whole
Ah,
UMG thing happened. Because I put out some really good ones in 2010, 2011 as well that I'm very proud of, and I don't know if they're all still out there. Um, I
oh
did
man.
Friday by Rebecca Black. That was one that everyone wanted me to do.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
that was good. I did Mika, Nirvana. I did Sunglasses at Night, Corey Hart. I actually, on some of my videos were so known at the time, I had gotten some people from that guy with the glasses, because that was, the Nostalgia Critic had his own channel for all the different reviewers at the time. So I had kind of become friends with, Pushing Up Roses, Allison Pregler, people who are still doing stuff on YouTube. This was back during the era where Blip TV was a thing, and you could just do movie reviews and not worry about copyrights there. But uh, but yeah, I got them to appear in my music videos. Todd in the Shadows appeared in a music video, and he's still out there reviewing music. So, and it was a fun time, and I'm sad that it tapered out as much as it did. But I put out some good stuff. I'm proud of what I did. I mean, to
Oh,
this
I'm
day,
proud
someone on
too.
Reddit this past Christmas asked me about like, hey, we were trying to find the Jingle Bell Rock one that you did for Hall and Oates. And I'm like, okay, I will. I ended up putting it on my Google Drive and giving them a download link, and they were like, "Thank you, you have made our Christmas."
Aw.
And that was an interesting one because someone wanted me, a late friend of mine wanted me to do it. He was a huge fan of Total Eclipse. He was a DJ. He once played the entire literal video to a packed bar who applauded it.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
so yeah, DJ Wonderbread was his name, and he wanted me to do Hall and Oates, and I realized while looking it up that they did two different versions. They did a Hall version and an Oates version. So I basically did both of them. So I did, so I basically did a literal video twice. I just
Oh my
did.
gosh. I need to know more about this. Oh my gosh.
I will have to send you
uh,
that link. That link's still active, but
okay,
I
I
need to put
definitely
them all
want
on
it.
archive.org because there are a lot of ones
Please.
by other people that were really good, and I've met a lot of good people through their music videos. And I just, if I have to be the keeper of the flame, I'll do it.
Please do. I think humor now is just not what it used to be. It's like what you I mean, there are some lines in there, but there's some really intelligently put together jokes in there. And you don't hear a lot of that anymore. I feel like it just needs to be put out there.
Well, a lot of humor is just about getting out the little bits, the little skits, the TikTok, YouTube shorts, something that's more bite-sized. So
Right.
sometimes you will have like a very intelligent joke, and then other times you'll just have somebody just doing some weird thing or saying some weird thing. You'll get some guy in a Joker outfit shouting "evil cheeseburger," and that's the whole video. It's a 16-second video of him yelling "evil cheeseburger."
Have you seen
And
this somewhere?
I have
Or did
seen
you
that.
just
Yes,
make that up?
it's on
I was
YouTube.
just like
I think that's what it's called, "evil cheeseburger," and that's why you have. I think and I think you have like sort of and of course Vine. I was
Oh,
watching
right.
Vine toward the tail end of that, and there was a lot of humor that just had to be very quick. And some of it you could be smart, some of it you just had to just make some weird noise, and that's your thing, you know. And that's why we have all these weird, like very small memes, Someone touch my spaghetti, or or 6 7, or Hawk Tuah, or it's very bite size,
It
you
is.
find that sound bite, and then that's your thing, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, I was lucky that YouTube was still a thing when people had the patience to sit through, 5 minutes worth of stuff.
It's very hard to grab attention though, especially if it's something new. You gotta have something in the first 10 or 15 seconds that says, "Hey, you watch this," and it's very difficult. It's just
Yeah,
it's
the
interesting.
screaming guy. I put all these people in a car driving off of a mountain, you know, that kind of thing. That Mr. Beast kind of, hey, but
Oh my, that is Mr. Beast. That's what that was. Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Oh man, that's so funny. But it's very interesting how that's changed as time goes on. It's just a very odd thing. But
but
at
still,
least it's still happening. There's
yeah,
still
there's
people
still room.
making. So
Yeah, there's still room for the stuff that I do or did.
of course,
Um,
absolutely,
I mean,
it's brilliant.
you're discovering these videos like long after they've been online and offline and back online again. So
Yeah, that's wild. So that was in 2009 that you did Total Eclipse?
yeah,
Wow. I was two. So my
there you
dad
go.
showed it to me when I don't know, I must have been like 5 or 6. And he was like, check this out, check this out. And we've been laughing at it ever since. You have no idea how often I look at someone and say, thank you, sir, how can I ever repay you? And they go, how about a towel? It's just
How
like,
about a towel? Yeah, that was
was that you?
I did all the male voices in that.
Oh my gosh. You did the
You're
preppy to
making it
the
worse.
That's you. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was a Monsters Inc. reference, but I sounded more like Chris Griffin for some reason.
That's so funny. I didn't know what the reference was. I just laughed so hard.
Yeah.
It's just
If you ever
brilliant.
see the outtake sequence at the end of Monsters Inc., there's like two guys, and one guy just keeps going and going, even though he got it wrong. And he's like, "You're making it worse."
Oh, that's
So
so awesome. That's so good. I'm trying to think of what I'm running the video through my head to see if I like what other references are in there that I don't know about.
it
Um
started out as Hogwarts, now it's Lord of the Flies.
That's awesome.
And
Is
I
that
read
deeper
Lord
than
of
I
the
think it is?
Flies.
What was that?
I read Lord of the Flies in school, and I did
I
hate
did
that
too.
book.
Me too. I didn't find, like, I understood it in theory until I actually had to sit through that entire book of children murdering each other. And,
Yeah, you don't want to be in high school with a book that says, "Hey, left to their own devices, these kids are going to frickin' kill each other." Great for me.
it's it's a terrifying thing. It's like, especially, I didn't have a lot of friends and I carry around puppets. So, I mean, let's keep the teachers in the room, please.
That's fair. Yeah, I should have had more puppets in school, I think. At
You know
least I
what?
at least I got this guy here. He's
What's his name?
I actually hadn't come up with a name other than Jabberwocky because I do an annual Christmas show with Cuca Lake Players in Hammondsport, New York. And we do a Christmas show every year. We this past one was our 19th year, and we write it and rehearse it and perform it within 2 weeks.
Wow, no way.
Yeah, so we get as many people together as we can, see what roles they want to play, see what theme they want for the show that year, and it just comes together. And one of the years I was not available to do it, um, but I did offer to do a pre-recorded voice cameo. And I
Oh,
was kind
wow.
of thinking, how can I do this? They had an Alice in Wonderland themed one that my ex-wife wrote, and I asked, "Hey, how about I play the Jabberwocky and just give them this whole scene where you operate the puppet and he moves his mouth to whatever I'm saying in the recording." And what they did was Alice is trying to figure out, a way to celebrate Christmas in Wonderland. And she goes to see the Jabberwocky, and he tells her to put on a talent show with all the different people in Wonderland. And the way he does it is he sings a parody of Monster Mash.
Oh my gosh.
So I basically sang Monster Mash. I was working in the lab late one night, but with different lyrics about Christmas and stuff. So it
That's
was
so
like
funny.
a Halloween song for Christmas.
This is
Did the
only something you
Monster
would come up with.
Mash.
Oh, that is so funny. That's so fun. Oh, wow. And you do that every year?
Yeah, so I'm
Different,
still
and you write
creating.
them? Yeah,
I
that's
write.
fantastic.
I have been head writer on most of these shows over the past years, and this year was Peter Pan. This
Oh,
past
fun.
December, it was a cross between Peter Pan and Neverland, and then there were a lot of fairies, so we used the fairies from Midsummer Night's Dream and recreated some scenes from that, combined it with the Peter Pan characters, threw in whatever songs we wanted to do, Jingle Bells, I Saw Three Ships Come Sailing In, The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything from Veggie Tales. I had us all singing Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys.
Oh, come
Uh,
on. The
whole
Beach Boys.
stealth Brian Wilson tribute. But yeah, last year we did Christmas at Camelot Castle, which is a Christmas party that King Arthur held in his castle with all the different princesses from Disney, or like Princess Buttercup from Princess Bride was there. Xena, Warrior Princess, was there, and we added songs from Spamalot as well. So it was kind of a cross between the King Arthur of Disney and the King Arthur of Spamalot to make this new
Interesting.
story. And it
Wow,
was
that's
great.
wild.
It was wonderful. I played Merlin in that. And then the year before, we did Willy Wonka. I got to be Willy Wonka in that one.
Oh
And
my gosh, and I missed this? What?
I'll have to
Ah,
get
that's.
I'll have to
Is
give
there
you a
video?
copy. We record them. We don't post them, but we record them. Um, you
I'm
know,
dying to see this.
but yeah, we always find a different theme, and it's a show that we just do as a one-off. We do a
Oh, that's so
one-off
fun.
free show so that, kind of get in, get out before the lawyers find us, that kind of thing. It's
Now
one of
I
those shows.
understand. You're always running from the authorities, aren't you?
That is me. That is me.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Oh my gosh. Wow. So you're still out there creating stuff. That's so fun. It's like it's um kind of a similar thing you're doing though. So that's like so cool. It's like it's manifesting itself in a different form.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I get to continue to create, and it's more at a local level, but
That's so
I
awesome, though.
do I do appreciate, the response that I get from people when I write something funny. So I do write theater, I act in theater, I do and write dinner theater, the Sherlock Holmes one, and also now I'm in a podcast.
Oh, let's
Um,
hear about
uh, Basically, my friend Adam got me into Crowded House. And with Crowded House, you've got Neil Finn and Tim Finn, and they were in Split Ends together, and they've had solo careers. So there's this guy that Adam knows who does a podcast called 240 Gigabytes of Neil Finn, and the host Chris Warren, he basically usually his podcast is about a Neil Finn show that he either saw or has a recording of, and he and someone else will talk about that recording, like what did you think of this performance? What do you think of this song? And my friend Adam was like, "Hey, let's David, come and join us. We'll do a thing called Ends to End, which is basically reviewing every studio album that the Finns have been involved in, Neil and Tim Finn, all the way from Split Ends in the 70s to their solo albums of now and also Crowded House and things like that. So far, we've made it through the first handful of Split Ends albums, which has been very timely because Split Ends just came out with a box set of their first few albums remastered and remixed. And we even got to interview a former member of
Oh, that's so
Split
cool.
Ends that was there when they recorded the first album. So
Wow.
it's just been a lot of fun. We go through every song in the album, we review each song, we give it a rating, and then we give it an overall rating for each album. And it's just been a lot of fun to because I love Crowded House. I enjoy Neil Finn, but I had never gotten really truly deep into Split Ends beyond the greatest hits. And now I'm discovering just some really great stuff, some really weird stuff too, because they were very quirky kind of they had their beginnings in prog rock and they were very theatrical and they had like, white makeup and everything and crazy matching suits that were striped and and then they kind of became more of a pop band and then that kind of veered more into Tim Finn having a solo career and Neil Finn forming Crowded House. But right now we're still reviewing Split Ends, and we are finding out some really crazy stuff about not just their career, but of how their albums were recorded and how they were remixed over the years. So if you want to listen to something that's, if you want to listen to some music related, Split Ends, Neil Finn related, and also um, just hear a bunch of guys talking and saying some funny stuff. You know, uh, 240 gigabytes of Neil Finn. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. There's a web page for it, and uh, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's ends to end, which is the little sub genre, the little spin off that's part of the series. But I've been having a lot of fun recording that with Chris and
At
Adam.
the point that that's
Oh,
I should
so
let AnaLynne ask you. So we've got one last question for you. I hope that's
All
okay.
right, absolutely.
David A. Scott Jr., do you have any words of wisdom that you can bestow upon us?
Um, if you want to create, just keep creating. The first
I
thing
love it.
the first thing you do may not be good. The 10th thing you do may not be good. The 50th thing you do may not be good. But you just got to keep at it and you just have to pay attention to other people, other media, and just see how they do it. See where the pauses are. See where the words fall. See what, why does this line work in a show versus if they said it a different way. And that helps with memorization too. But once you get in that mode, then you get that idea of okay, now it makes sense, and it's not going to be right away, or it could be right away if you've accidentally exposed yourself enough to to certain media. But I mean, as far as acting went, I went years without acting, but I was watching a lot of TV. I was watching, British sitcoms and I was watching, Saturday Night Live and I was watching The Monkees and delivery, timing, presentation, those are all big things. And you just have
Absolutely.
to keep creating until you find that spark. And if you decide to stop, that's okay. You can stop for a while, you can stop forever if you just want to enjoy stuff and examine why you like it, that's fine too. And if 20, 30 years later you want to pick back up, you know, go for it. That's as long as you are here, uh, you have the opportunity to create something, and you never know. It could be this person's favorite. It could be one person's favorite. It could be a million people's favorite. But somebody's going to appreciate what you do. Just just keep at it, and and do something that will entertain you as well. As long as you are entertaining yourself, you know, you've got a happy audience of at least one. So
Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. So good. I mean, honestly, thank you so much for taking the
yeah,
time and talking
he
with.
pulled that out of his butt. Don't let him tell you.
Hey, that was good. Are you? Hi, hello, hi. Wow.
No, how we
Check
doing?
that out. Oh, I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing okay. Usually I'm on the floor a lot in one of David's rooms. He hasn't found a shelf for me yet.
David,
I'm working on it
you have to
though.
work on that. Yeah, really. What is up? You're leaving your friend on the floor.
Yeah,
What in the
I
world?
was a star. I was in Alice in Winter Wonderland. Huh. In
Ah.
the trailer.
That's brilliant. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking with us. I appreciate it so
Thank you.
much. This has been so much fun.
It has been years since I've been able to talk about it, and it's easy to forget that, that I have a digital footprint that has had a positive effect on people.
A really positive effect, really. It's just like it has shaped my vocabulary and my thoughts. It is really incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.